Yo, Steve. Hey, some of these people asked me to say a few words to you to welcome you to Death Valley. You're in my territory now. You ain't up there anymore in the Great White North, you know. You're coming down here to have some fun, to have an enjoyable time, and to visit Death Valley, the real Death Valley, not the one you've heard about in tourist brochures. I want to welcome you and your crew. Come down here, have a good time, keep an eye open for me and my friends. Keep in mind also that if you see one of us coyotes down here, it's always a good sign. Have a good time down here. Enjoy yourself. Don't take any Mexican pesos. Drink a lot of fluid. Urinate a lot, especially on a cactus if you can find it. And just have one memorable time here in what we like to think of as the sanctuary of the sinkhole world. Hey Steve, come on, let's do it. Well, Steve, this is the ugly commute we have to get over to Death Valley. Pretty barren and disgusting. We don't see how you could have gotten us into this, making us come all the way through this horrible, barren countryside to come and spend quality time with you.
I'll change it. Get a couple of pictures.
This, of course, we're in Yosemite. This is Tenaya Lake, which is up toward Tioga Pass, where we'll be heading to in order to come down on the eastern side and pick up 395. So Steve, you're making us really suffer here on this trip down to meet you in Death Valley. We're really roughing it, you know what I mean? I wish you wouldn't do this to us. It's a real hardship. Yuck, yuck, yuck. This is Tioga Pass coming out of Yosemite. As you see, it's quite the drop. It's the road going down over there. Drop the thing back into second gear for that one. Pretty darn thrilling. You don't want to heat your brakes up too much on this. You can sort of go around and show who's who.
What are we doing here, Rich?
We've had a mental lapse and we're back at Death Valley.
I don't mean we, you and I mean, look at all these glorious people. Oh my God, here's our athlete. Hi Steve, welcome to Death Valley. I don't know if I'm somewhat accurate here.
MGM.
Yeah.
Bananas.
Haven't bought any, no.
This is much better.
I think they may have some up at the store.
They've got a really good supply
And then
there
there's
this
a
morning.
bank an hour away.
We'll get a bunch of those.
Yeah.
But
Bananas.
we're going to need
Good, Mark,
I'm
thanks.
Murray from Whistler, Canada.
This is wonderful. Come to
This is
support
Gene
Steve. And here's the bride.
Steve's the lovely Gene.
And lovely Sandra's down there getting money. And here's DV Dick.
Okay.
Oh, good.
You got some money, well, if
So I can either spray myself if I want that, or drink it. And one with one of the alternatives, Gatorade or Elo. And it doesn't matter which, you just mix a combination. But if always two would be handed, and I'll grab which one is which. So if you tell me that the white bottles will always be water, for instance, and any coloured bottles will be the alternative drink, like the Gatorade or the Elo, then I'll just grab one out of your hand, and you won't have to yell water or Gatorade, you won't have to yell it.
Okay, well, what we'll do is fill them and put them on the ice in the ice chest. So they're cooled right near the front is the pool with shade over it. So we've used that in the past as a major medical check, because that's the point where you're now going to begin to go 17 miles uphill. And it's
sorry, from Stovepipe, it's then
17 miles up to Town Pass, which is 4,956 feet above sea level. And then you'll drop 10 miles in the Panamint Valley after that. But it's a good place, like if you want different shoes, if you want to change your socks, it's a real convenient place to do all that, because everybody will be there also, so whatever you need, we can get you right there.
Here's your
And
money.
even if you get the urge to get in ice cream or something, have them right across the road at the general
Oh,
store.
yeah, sounds good.
Rich, speaking of distances, we gassed up last night. Are we likely going to need more gas between here and Lone Pine?
There is gas at Stovepipe.
We're not going to need gas because we came all the way from LA.
You probably
Las
wouldn't.
Vegas, half a day.
You probably wouldn't, although your van is the one going to be running back and forth, while the black one, ours is
Well, we
just going to be
can.
staying.
We can get gas and stuff.
You can't get gas in Stovepipe, and I think they have some in Panamint Springs too, but I doubt, you might want to top off at Stovepipe.
Right.
Although it's over $2 a gallon. Although compared to some countries, that's cheap, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was here, 2.25.
Okay, and we've got rice pudding, we've got tapioca, and we've got banana pudding.
Right.
Is there anything else that we have, food or drinks wise, that we need to deal with?
We have most of the stuff out in the car out there. We did pick up some Mountain Dew sodas, which are
Right.
some of the highest in caffeine, in case you,
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You've looked into that? Mountain Dew pop
Mountain Dew soda.
is
It's
one of the
the
highest
highest in
in
caffeine.
caffeine?
Higher than Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah.
Is that
That's
right?
real zapper.
It isn't it isn't as high in caffeine as Jolt is, but you don't want Jolt because it's
No.
way too much.
Yeah, you'll get a sugar spike
Yeah.
going on.
Number one, don't press any of the buttons on the face. Just press the orange button on the
To
ring.
talk,
When
that's
it's all,
it?
yeah.
Yep.
So switch it on and use the orange button to talk.
And
Okay.
key that to talk and let it go to listen. So when it's on standby. But don't touch any of the face buttons because one of them is really delicate, the menu button. And if you do have trouble, bring it to me and I'll reprogram it.
And now 5 times. So who's the fifth? Who are we serving here, Rich? The 5th time. Cute shot. As he disappears into the shadows.
Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, Richie. What are you doing?
Getting things reorganized here.
For Steve's run. And here's Sandra, who's going to do it next year.
We hope. But looking forward to helping you this year, Steve.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
gonna do great.
All right. And that was great getting all the questions answered, the pacing versus crewing and what will help him best. That'd be wonderful. So this is going to be our home for the next couple of days. Race starts tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So we're going to be heading out 6:30 thereabouts to go to the start. Only one vehicle, so all of us will pile into this to go see the start. And
But there is one thing. It is kind of hot out here.
yeah, see that's one thing that the video doesn't capture, does it? That's how hot is
It's
it?
hot. Oh, you know what we want to do?
What?
Remind me. We want to get a tin plate and buy some eggs, and we want to see if it
Yes.
cooks on the pavement. Seriously.
All right, seriously,
And get it on tape.
that would be wonderful. Great idea. Okay, Rich, we're going to help you now.
He just came over.
You look so official.
Thank you.
Where did you get this, Steve? In your race packet, your
Oh, the
pre-race
rice
packet.
package, yeah. I like that. Very nice.
Really good.
That's
Yes.
dynamite.
Does this open up?
Comes off me.
off.
No, it just opens up to let the air through.
Oh.
Oh, it comes
Oh,
out.
you
Yeah,
can pack
so-
some ice in there as well.
I wonder what
That's
the
great.
fabric is. Sandra said that she got a complete outfit at her race, the marathon,
Wow.
Sabla.
She ought to for what she paid, huh?
Yes. Should have got the flight as well.
Yeah.
That does remind me though, I did ask them about the passes. I wondered when we were in the library whether you needed to get the pass to go through the park. She said no, that does come with it also.
Ah.
Because all these other people in there, some of the tourists were, paying to get these.
Rich, you look like you're the athlete.
Oh, he
I'm
is.
just resting up.
I know, Steve, get on the bed beside him.
Get on the
This
bed
is,
beside him.
oh boy, this
Okay.
might become an X-rated film.
Are we
No, no.
inclusion?
It
We
gets
are.
X-rated when I say, Sandra, jump on the bed in between them.
Hey,
Steve's getting more prepared all the time here. He's got
Mr.
official
Badwater himself over here. There we
This
go.
is good.
Well, here we are for the runner crew check-in. One crew member
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the famous
Showing
Rick
up.
Pena entering the Death Valley Museum
here
on
he
his way to
comes.
the
Oh, this is
auditorium
wonderful.
to say a few words of inspiration to the many athletes that are joining us here from countries from around the world.
Guess who's here?
Your
Guess who's
videographer
actually-
today, indeed the incredible Rhonda Probus, the first woman ever to go
you
out
are-
and back here in
this
Death
is-
Valley. A welcome to Rhonda. Good to see you.
Well, Steve, it's our pleasure and privilege to be here to serve.
Oh, you're just saying that.
He washes hands.
Oh,
One of only 40% who does so.
we're not taking ourselves seriously, right?
No, don't get too bound up.
Maury's over there knocking on the...
Then you're not in the way.
So who do we have here? How's it going?
It's a commercial.
You feeling good?
Yeah. He's raising money. I don't know how much so far.
Ben, I'm not from Hollywood. Does that matter?
Oh.
Say cheese, everybody. Cheese. Or fromage, or whatever your word is. Gonna be famous on the webcast. Welcome to Furnace Creek, Death Valley, California, USA. It's nice to have all of you here. And we're all here for something very special and extraordinary. And that's the 2001 Sun Precautions Badwater Ultra Marathon. So thanks for coming from 10 countries and a few dozen states to make this event happen. It's a very special place we're in here. I like to refer to Death Valley as Mother Nature's greatest sporting arena. And but what makes it really special is what all of you are going to be doing out here. Racing, crewing, staffing, taking pictures, writing stories, running the webcast. It's a phenomenal thing. You can see a lot of people are involved. And it's just very exciting. It means a heck of a lot to me as a person to organize this race and to all of us who work behind the scenes putting this all together. Does it sound okay? Yeah, okay. You know, I don't even have a microphone on yet. Just kidding. All right. From Badwater to Mount Whitney alone was just inconceivable. And so the first people to do it were running on in two-man relay teams. And they would switch off and do it that way. Finally, in the mid-70s, there was a fellow named Arnold, who was sort of part of the human potential movement, kind of a Jack LaLanne type who had a health club and pumped iron 7 days a week. Lived in Walnut Creek, California. And he came out 3 times to run solo, to do what everyone said couldn't be done, from Badwater to Mount Whitney. And he completed that effort on his third attempt, which was in 1977. After that, a few hundred people tried to at least match, if not better, his feat, and they were all unsuccessful until 1981, when a running coach named Jay Birmingham came out and bettered Al's time. Now, at the time, Al was almost 50, and next year will be the 25th anniversary of that run. He'll be 75, and he's going to be here. And so will Jay Birmingham. In fact, many of you know that Jay intended to race this year. The plan was that we would launch the Badwater Hall of Fame this year and induct Al and Jay as the first 2 inductees. And then Al had a personal trip come up that conflicted with this, and he wasn't going to be here. We'd already arranged to bring Jay. When I contacted Jay to invite him to be here this summer and be inducted, he said, well, so you're going to pay for my ticket out of my hotel. It sounds like maybe I should just come run the race. And that was his plan. And unfortunately, he has a knee injury that's precluding him from competing. And then once we realized Al would not be here, I had to tell Jay, well, we're going to bring you out next year because we need to induct Al and you at the same time. So they'll both be here next year, but they're definitely with us in spirit. And in fact, all of the runners have been signing 4 posters from the Running on the Sun film. And one is for Al Arnold, and one of them is for Jay Birmingham, and another is for Ben and Denise Jones, and the 4th one is for Adventure Corps World Headquarters, otherwise known as my apartment. So we'll be sending those out with t-shirts and hats, and they'll be following the webcast and all of that, and I'm sure very jealous, especially since it's only 108 or something like that out. Actually, I got an email from Al the other day. Most of you know that Marshall Ulrich has been out here doing a quadruple Badwater, and he's done the first 2 legs already. In fact, doing it in 96 hours and 7 minutes, breaking the double record. And tomorrow he'll do the race, and that'll be leg 3 of his 4 crossings. And Al sent me an email the other day because he was following Marshall's progress, and he said, boy, if I'd known when I was going to start 24 years ago and what amazing athletes would follow in my wake, I would have carried a 100-pound bag of rocks on my back to make my effort more meaningful and worthwhile in light of what was going to follow. Of course, he's just self-deprecating in a very modest way, but he's a big fan of this event and loves what goes on out here, and we keep him abreast and constantly mail him things, and follows the website religiously. Versus UK event, and then High-Tech began producing the event 88 through 1999, and we were fortunate enough to take over this event after the 99 race and produced it last year and this year, and we'll continue to do so in the future. It's really a huge undertaking. There really aren't words to describe, but the personal investment just for me is around 1,500 hours went into this event this year, and then there's all the hundreds of hours that all the other people involved have also put in. Why don't you guys, hey Chuck, come on in and grab it. You're going to get very hot standing out there, and you'll have plenty of opportunity to do that in the next 3 days. Anyway, I wouldn't have gotten involved in this event, almost certainly, if it wasn't for the personal support and basically invitation of Ben and Denise Jones, the mayor and first lady of Badwater. And so no world gathering of celebrity people is complete without having at least one political dignitary address the group. So I'd like to invite Badwater Mayor Ben Jones to the stage to say a few words and welcome all of you to the valley.
Well, thanks a lot, and it's a pleasure to be here. I might mention, I thought the sporting stuff was over in Nevada, at the Shamrock Brothel, Mustang Ranch. But we'll see what we can create here. I'd like to modify a line from Saturday Night Live. Badwater been very, very good to me. And, further modification is that it's been good for us, me and Denise. And I wouldn't have done as well on the course if it hadn't been for her. She got me through the thing 3 times and went ahead and did it 3 times herself. We have a great time at our clinics that are held Memorial Weekend and 4th of July weekend.
I always get the exciting part of the job, and that's giving out the traffic safety rules and issues. And let me go through those real quick. They're pretty common sense things. Basically, I think the biggest thing is we don't want you to come to Death Valley and die. It's not only looks bad for us, but it's embarrassing for you guys.
So, are we all up here? Who are we missing? Who else? Just Pascal. Go ahead, Pascal. Yeah. Who else? Who are we missing? Okay, so
hunky
you're going to
guys.
know
Go,
your
you
names
hunky
coming up
guy.
because I'm going through an order by group.
That's
so
next.
start heading for the stage before your name's even read. From Medford, New York, Rudy Afanador. 66 years old. He's almost as old as Ben Jones. From England, but residing in New York, Wilshire, England, Andy Humphreys. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, Robert Johnson. From Oakland, California, David Jackson. From Penticton, British Columbia, Canada, Steve King. From El Dorado Hills, California, Bob LaPagna. From Oxnard, California, representing the USMC, William Kurt Maples. From Chamier, France, Jean-Jacques Marien. France, Gerard Verdenay. From Würgau, Bayern, Germany. The man with the best hair in Badwater. I'm trapped on the stage. I'm just going to have to stand here with all of them.
So mad at myself.
Did we all fit on the stage? So you guys, let's get a little more space. Just crush your way over there. Okay?
This is going
Looks
to be
like
our
something
post-dinner entertainment.
How to wrap feet.
How to wrap feet, yeah. Well, if nobody else, Don was very enthusiastic.
So this is what you carry with you wherever you go, is it?
Hey, and you know what? It was worthwhile to go to the foot clinic because this product that I've been looking for everywhere and have been unable to find, I was able to receive, because I know these people and they had some floating around, but I was able to receive what's in here? 2 rolls. This, and there's another one that's twice as wide and it's in here stashed away. So, and the upshot is that there are no guarantees. So we're going to have wonderful post-dinner discussions over your lovely feet.
Right. Okay.
It's going to be foot prophylaxis by committee.
Right. Well,
Look at this.
the great Benyo design here.
Double.
And it fits perfectly, as you can see.
You look like Mr.
I was his
Grim
stunt
Reaper.
double during the course of filming. Later at the wedding.
You're kidding. Are you a minister?
Well, I'm a JP, but I'm not allowed to do weddings. But they got a special dispensation by bringing in a marriage commissioner. But I did all the ceremony, and she officially declared the man and wife. So it's really wonderful because he and I have turned out to be, friends as well. So that's nice too. That's the bonus.
And you've passed the cozy shack tradition on to us now.
Well, I hope so because it really is a sin.
It's wonderful.
I don't want to sound like a commercial.
Well,
but,
Rich was eating the tapioca today. Oh, go ahead. Sound like a commercial. Should we get some out of the cooler? Tell your mom to buy you.
I know this is going to be really weird, but just from walking around in your things, I want these feet to be really clean. So what I would like, this will take 2 seconds.
Want some isopropanol?
No, I would like to just sit them on the edge of the tub and just wash them real quick, because you've got Werther's.
Werther's, sure, I'll have one. No, I'm not gonna. I just had an ice cream. I've eaten
No,
too
thank
much
you.
already.
I don't want to have any dreams. If you have sugar before you go to bed, you have dreams, Gene.
All right.
And you may want to have a little bit of the pudding.
Unworthy.
Oh, not me. I don't like that pudding. Sorry.
Whoop, whoop, uh-oh.
Look like
Hang up the mountain.
yes, but that's what I'm saying is that's if all is well. And
Now,
if
these
so-
ever give you a problem?
Yeah, just usually in there.
Right
so
there?
I don't know whether you can see anything in there. Sometimes in
Yeah.
that sort of area.
Right. How about back here? Anything?
Occasionally these sort of areas in here. So I shaved my legs for the purpose too.
Yeah, I mean, I just couldn't
Yeah.
believe if you just.
A little fast coming back, but
Just like
and that was sort of late at night last scene. It seemed to be tough even finding time to do that.
It's just how much can you reduce, and I was very fortunate. 300 miles, I got like the tiniest blister. Who can
Is
figure
right?
that?
One blister?
Yeah, one little tiny blister. It became like a joke with us. It was like,
Wow.
oh my God, I think I feel a hot spot, which is a perfect thing. This is a perfect segue into stay on top of these. If you feel anything that feels hot, don't wait. It's not going to go away. It's only going to get worse.
So
Tell
I should
us.
tell you at that point, should I?
And we can investigate and treat it, because it'll only get worse, and it'll be a big old ugly thing that'll really.
So what can you do? You can imagine the parties later and all. You know those photos you get where they just give you that little bubble and you can fill in any comments you want.
These guys seem to be
It's a lot of work.
looks okay. I'm sort of asleep right.
Go ahead, I'll
And
move.
yes, Murray does snore.
Hey, he's looking
Looking tired.
not quite bright and cheerful.
A little fatigued, that's all. Didn't have quite the night I
You didn't
anticipated.
sleep hard, huh?
No, but I feel okay. The main thing is it's here.
So hold on, let me get behind you here.
So you can read it, huh?
All right.
Look at that,
So we're looking at
magnificent.
148 or so, 146, 148.
146, 148. Shows you
Wow,
what
good.
running for the last 6 days does for you.
Someone over
Does
to
it
get
put
a
it
good-
on?
Make sure it's 0.
Look about 0 now. I'm hoping that the extra pounds. All right, so now we're about 146.
146.
That's
Okay.
good.
It was a
Little.
This is the lead runner in the first group, the 8 o'clock group. He's going way too fast. Way too fast. We're on our way out for the 8 o'clock start.
Is that 3 or 4 or just?
It's a small group. It's somebody is drafting somebody else, and there's somebody behind them. It looks like they're on rollerblades.
Oh.
Jeez, or a bike. See, here's where it's going to get a little tight.
Right. So, this is it.
Yeah, because we've got to get organized down there too.
Yeah. Oh, that very
job.
suit's moving, isn't it? Little word there.
You get to say hello to him, truly, depending on how your run goes, you just do your own
Never know.
thing and, well, you know, it's just don't know.
Yeah, these people are going all right, aren't they? Look at the knees. Way to go, you guys!
I love that hat they gave you, Steve. That
So
is-
do I.
That's a super hat,
that is
yes.
Forward to wearing that.
Wonderful hat.
Good job!
Way to go!
What's this asshole doing passing somebody here?
Going to the start.
So is everyone else.
They ought to come out here and watch how we do this.
Why aren't we doing more of this in the world?
I don't know.
That's our opportunity to practice it.
I wrote the story. The Vancouver Sun hasn't gone back to me, but the National Post is very interesting.
Oh,
So I'll be
that's
doing
great.
probably both stories.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad to
If I
hear.
could just, I know if you're resting and you need that, then I'll leave you alone. But I just want to get a.
Webcast right here, home runners.
We're going to Whitney.
Everybody
lowest, hottest, driest place on Earth, in the Western Hemisphere, that is. Steve, you're an inspiration. It's our pleasure and privilege to be here and be part of your crew and make all these incredible memories. From whence we came, and that's where we're going. Three more minutes. And here's the bride. Out here supporting her guy. And what a support she is. Steve, that's going to be home for the next couple of days. And let's see if I can find enthusiastic members of your motley crew. You get nervous. That's Chris. He'll be starting the race. He says 1.5 minutes. He's telling them all what to... Remember, Steve, he was telling you all what not to think about. Don't think about the fact that it's 135 miles. Apparently this wave was a lot more organized than the 6 a.m. wave. Everybody was scurrying up until the last minute to get to the start. And we've been out here for minutes, waiting patiently. Going. This is our 20-second countdown. Oh, 10 seconds. Have a good one, Steve. We know this is the slowest you've probably ever run in your life. All right. You're our hero, Steve. Have a hero's adventure. We see you in a little. Good morning.
Guten Morgen.
Was ist gut?
How do we say it in ethnic California?
Svenska flicka, svenska pojkar. How do you say priapism in Scandinavian?
Ohio design is in Japanese. Let it go, Steven.
We'll be up 1/4 of a mile to Kruya.
This is exactly what people are not supposed to be doing on this course. Shadowing their runners. Maybe that's right.
They're gonna get, they'll do themselves in though, because the
Right.
runner will get around and there'll be a penalty against the runner.
You know, it's. I'm not saying it's not understandable. It's wrong though, and that's why you have
dangerous.
guidelines. This is very.
It's a little dark here for this.
I've already had 2 big sweeps, so, but it'll be a while. Right into the sun shortly.
Well done, Steve.
Didn't want it.
What was his comment about the other stuff? Does he want that
He said
before
he's had-
Gatorade or this?
The E-load?
Yeah. What did he say about E?
Enjoying right now until we get to furnace, and then I'll put the glasses on as well.
Think about walking the uphill.
Well, yeah, maybe later.
Maybe
Here
later.
we go.
Way to go. Way to go.
Okay, Steve, you don't have options. No, you do have an option.
Drink, Steve, drink.
Steven, you've got to drink more.
Half a gallon of stuff.
Yeah, half a gallon, sure. Boy, you're...
Right, and maybe half a banana in a mile, if you wouldn't mind. Yes,
Think, drink.
A banana in 1
Are you
mile.
coming with us here?
Okay.
Don't get yourself exhausted too early.
How's it doing, man?
Well, it's real early.
Started to train in Ridge with your pajamas.
Jolly good, eh? Sip, sip,
Be alone.
sip.
Okay, good.
He doesn't want company.
This is your opportunity to sip, sip,
right, Steve, good
sip.
job.
Good job.
We're getting ready here to give Steve some watermelon. It's 9:24 in the morning. Some French competitors.
Want this around your neck at some point? Let us know.
yeah, thank you.
Got.
10 pounds. Yeah.
I suppose he thinks we're going to go up and pick him up now, right?
Well, I think that would be wise, Rich.
I think so too.
Oh, good. Because we're stopping.
That's water.
Water. We're getting footage, and it's important.
yesterday and it broke this morning when I showered. So where's my I've got a nose blade and I look. Did you know it?
You be careful of that, Jane. You keep that really, really well covered.
Not yesterday I didn't, but I had a hand on something. You know, you're in and out. But anyway, Murray's got the garment up and the zinky stuff. You know, I think Ferris break would be too quick for him to get that hat. I don't like those.
Steve, you're our hero.
We should have chariots of fire on
You're our hero, Steve.
Watermelon Man.
The white nose.
Hey, nice nose.
Go girl.
I think he wants a mint.
A mint and a sponge.
Okay, here's
Okay, well,
your sponge.
see you in a half a mile.
And the mints are right there.
A knee load. I just gave him a knee
You
load.
just gave him an
And
email.
this is one.
And
Sponge.
Murray, does he like these squeezed over his head? That's what he's been doing with the sponges? Yeah, I put it on his neck and around the back and front, so...
Well, what you can do is, I can't run down there. You do that.
Oh, can you get it in there? Or should I-
We're at 15 miles. Steve is going way too fast. He went through the half marathon in 2:15, but we can't slow him down.
Troop leadership would have the ability to notice something like that.
Typical of
But when they don't,
the virgin Death Valley runner. We just hope he'll slow down at some point. He's saying his knees only bother him when he walks. He's been walking every 6th mile. But obviously, with this course, he's going to be walking at some point, and it would be nice if he were walking some now. I'll just make these comments here, Steve, in case you ever want to come back here and do this again. And here is his Dowdy, or is it Daffy crew. Murray's doing fancy things on the road now, fancy road work, just like Paul Durso did back in 1989 when they took him out in a helicopter.
No, just those things. Okay. Yeah.
Only 120 miles to go. Tell us who you are.
I'm Murray Coates from Whistler, BC. I'm here to help Steve King with his monumental task of running across Death Valley. And it's a pleasure to be here. It's wonderful.
How is he doing so far?
He's doing just fine. He's drinking lots. He's eating regularly. He's got a pace that's a little bit quick. He did the half marathon in 2¼ hours, which we feel is a little bit fast, but he seems to be holding it.
All right. And is this inspiring you to come down here and do this?
It's inspiring me. I don't know to the extent of actually being here and doing it myself, though. I'll have to take a reading on it in 2 days' time.
Okay, we will come back and interview you Friday evening, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
That's a girl's job.
That's a wife job.
A wife's job.
You want to wipe him down with the moist, is that what you're saying?
No, we got the sponge.
Oh, okay. You want
You don't have a whiz.
Good.
All right.
All right, Steve.
How many seconds? Somebody time it.
I may. All right. All right.
I want to see the color, man.
All right.
I'll have you know that is a first.
All right. Excellent. Excellent.
Good job, buddy. Hey, walk with me.
You got the sponge?
Bring the hat and that.
Don't get hit though.
Oh yeah, the other hat, not the red hat. But he does want this. What do we put here, Marie?
Oh, that's E-load or Gatorade. Gatorade.
This is like crowing for Marshall.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he's a good runner and things hold. We have some good news for you.
What's that?
In 5 miles, the next time you get to walk, you've got less than 100 miles to go. Go, Guy.
Okay.
Well, we never got to say this, I don't imagine, but this guy went through the marathon point in 4 hours and 27 minutes. He's doing great. We just told him half a mile back that he wanted to know when 35 miles was up, because then he had 100 miles or less to go. So in 5 more miles for his walking break, he gets to celebrate that momentous occasion.
4 more miles.
4 more miles, right. God, he's just eating them up, isn't he? The king rules. Here's Steve out there with Chris Moon, an amputee from a landmine, a real inspirational figure on this course. Part of the 6 a.m. start.
Yep.
Isn't this wonderful?
Oh, it's so neat.
Oh, this is just powerful. Anyway, Steve, you're doing a great job. Chris, oh, this is so cool.
And I'm so excited. I gotta go.
I know.
She's doing great. How's he doing?
He's doing great. He's here
You had
he
an
comes.
8 a.m.
Here he
start,
comes.
didn't you?
Yeah. He's a pretty good runner. We'll see. It's his first time out here, and he's just hanging in there. Good job, guys.
I'm almost out of water, so I'll just grab something.
All right, we'll be there for you in just a couple seconds.
Just throw it down if it's empty.
Good job, Chris.
I'll get you a new one.
Carrie, have a good one.
You too.
Go, girl.
Steve is coming up on the 35-mile point, which means he's only got 100 miles to go. It was 110 degrees at Stovepipe, which is pretty mild.
miles.
Woo! We're getting into less than 100 miles.
I'll have a pee if I can.
Good job.
I can.
Do you want me to rub the back of your leg?
No, my knee hurts. And she's coming.
All right.
Oh, what a magnificent whiz.
Thing of beauty.
Now, I have seen whizzers. Half a banana. Son, right here.
And the water and the...
In the water. Did you still want your half a banana?
Yeah.
And we've got baked potatoes. We've got...
Please.
Want another spongy here? Okay. Are we going to have an ice back there? We'll have
When you want ice, you give
Need any
plenty
more?
of ice.
No, this is... We need more ice.
How much ice do you need?
A few bags would be wonderful. Like
How many is a few?
4 bags of like.
4 bags?
No, do we?
That sounds hard to believe. I didn't bring you 4 bags last time.
I know, that's why we need 4 this time. We got a whole cooler that's water. And we got a night to go through.
Well, we were going to give you ice up there when you got there. You want me to bring it out here or what?
Oh, no. I meant, that's all right, clear communication. So that's all. Let me show you.
Give me that smile. Normally I can't do that this time, but...
Stiff, you want to take a motion while you're sitting there? Please? Where's the sprayer?
Somebody.
We got it. Potato,
Rich, I got to
melon.
tell you, so it would only get progressively worse if we didn't do something. So sort of unfold it and then seal it again. So hopefully it'll stay that way.
Whoa. Maybe we should just go ahead and sit. Pull the other chair up behind and just kind of
How you doing, Rich?
Excellent. How's everything holding up beside your feet?
Well, yeah, my knees are hurting, but that's why it's good for me to do the walking section. And I'm shuffling on the run.
Your knees are okay now?
They're hurting.
Yeah.
So far.
You're making an amazing time.
He's our favorite man.
watch your hat a little bit.
Rich was the first to do the double.
He was the first one.
Well, Crawford actually crossed the finish line first.
Ah, that doesn't count.
Well, even though we had a pact, he definitely did.
I'll tell you what, Gene, one other thing I need, I should get some more of that stuff in my wash bag for my new kinesis stick.
A little better?
Tell him you better hide that boo. I really appreciate that.
Well,
Thanks for letting me know.
stuff under there, but I brought.
Pushing at the toe with the, yeah, can you just...
How would you like me to suck you?
No, it's not Iron Man bag, but don't worry about it.
We weren't getting
If I could get some of that spray. Sunscreen. I think Bob knows where it is.
Just trying to help this stuff.
There's that sock, eh?
Help me
Let's
get
do
rid
it.
of stuff
If you
that.
insist, but just be very, very careful how you take it off because of all the...
Okay, where's Mr.
Oh, great.
It is the first?
He came all the way from the east side of Kansas.
I had no idea you were seamstress when you cut the shit.
Can you imagine?
How about when I made those bandanas? That's impressive.
That is.
Of course, I folded them over myself. Who was in trouble up there? I'm trying to remember which one's in trouble up there.
The little ones and the big ones.
These two? Who?
When we go out.
Yeah, right. Go to Scott and ask.
Remember where to go.
You're welcome. You want me to take care of the socks? That's my. Steve, let me know how those feet are. That's what Murray says. It's my job. His socks. Gene, that's what you said? Yeah. I'll bring the baked potato with me, guys. This is what we're using to soak the sponges in. Maybe just dump it over here.
We don't need it, right? We don't want to keep this water?
We're using it for sponges periodically.
So it's okay?
Yeah, sure.
Go Marshall! Or should I say come Marshall? I think come Marshall is more appropriate. You are one.
You're gonna put that in your VCR and it's gonna look like it's on slow-mo.
Oh no, man, you are just a hero. And so are you, Mr. King.
Thank you.
Stay back. Man. Steve's in first place in the 8 o'clock club. wave, and this, of course, is Marshall's second out and back, but this is pretty thrilling, I'm sure. He's doing great. We just had a pit stop at Stovepipe. He's reporting that his footwork is feeling great, which is a good sign, because now we're climbing and it will be cooling off, and this car is pulling right in front of us. Steve, you're doing a great job.
This stuff's sticky. Yes, it sure as hell is. There's not very much of it though. I think I see the end of it. There you go. Mile and a half till you start walking.
We're climbing Towns Pass, and we've just come to a portion of the road that they're repairing, so it's got kind of a tacky, tarry surface on it, and it's sticky to run on, and we're hoping that it's not going to last very long. He's having a quiet time, just understandable. He's got a 17-mile climb in front of him after a hot day in the desert, so he needs to conserve Steve, you need to conserve every breath you have. Just going forward, you're doing great. Catch you in a bit. What a sight, huh? Look where this guy is. It's Panamint in the background.
So we should cut it down to about a half mile going up the hill. Unless you run around.
That's where you've come from. Every step takes you one step closer to the top, Steve.
It's 4,000 now. What does it go to? Do you know, Rhonda?
Just over 4.
Just over 4?
It's closer to 5, actually. 5,000.
4.9. Yeah, it goes to 4.9.
Oh, that's a nice temperature, isn't it?
Isn't this wonderful? We just heard that it was probably about... Oh, God. I'm going to start calling you Wood Eye, Wood Eye. There's somebody coming up this pass. Oh, my God, look who it is. As if we didn't know. Sorry. Gotta get off the road so I don't get killed. Whoa! Well, I'm not literally on the road, although we just heard that somebody almost wiped you out, Steve. Came within a couple of inches, according to a bystander or whatever, so we're grateful. Well, I don't know, maybe you would have wanted to be put out of your misery, although you're not really having misery. You are just performing magnanimously.
You want your coffee at the top, right? Okay.
Good job, Guy.
Stephen.
We're at about 4,000 feet. He's on his way up to 5. Temperatures have cooled. Maybe they're at 80 degrees or so now. He'll be switching into a singlet soon. Walking strong. And there goes his able crewman. And home for the next however many hours. Well, as you can see, we're on our way down Town's Pass. He is looking in wonderful form. Steve, we have this incredible surprise for you, and that is under the trash bag as you disappear momentarily behind the guard post. We found your singlet with all your stuff and your number and your hat. You're going to be so happy when we give you tea. This is what we've been reduced to. Our runner will be so happy with us. Anyway, you're looking great as the sun goes down. And we're coming up to get you and give you a cup of tea. Cup of tea, ducky. Here he comes down off Town Pass. Panamint Springs is about 11 miles from here.
There you go, Steve. Well done, my boy.
Steve, you're not too far from the halfway point. We'll let you know. It'll be about the time you start walking.
Okay,
Good job. Watch those quads, though. Yes, Mother.
Come on, love. Don't stand between.
Yep.
Hey.
And off into the desert night.
Panamint Springs is right over there, Steve, where the lights are.
Look who it is.
A Yeti.
With that lovely desert sunset behind him. Behind him. Now let's see if we can go over.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's beauteous. And I'm going to...
This is an experience of a lifetime.
Are you having a good time?
Oh, I'm having a marvelous time.
You've only been on your...
Wonderful experience.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade this for anything.
Look at you blinking. You're so happy you're blinking. It's not in synchrony with the truck, however. We're going to have to work on that. No, it's not. It's close. We can do some like.
Yes, it's just wonderful.
Well, great. It's great
I'm going to look the other way though and admire this
wonderful sunset.
Wonderful sunset.
And I'm going to go over and get Panamint Springs if I can. This is a pretty incredible camera. You can actually see Panamint Springs and ever so faintly the road traversing the valley off and to the left of it and pointing directly at us about midway to the screen to the bottom. And let's just back up because now you're going to get a perspective. Whoa, goodbye Panamint Springs. Of where the guy is heading. At the moment he seems underwhelmed by it. Steve, you seemed underwhelmed when we told you, but we're going to go make you a cup of tea.
Oh, excuse me. And look at that.
He's doing great. That's number 8. Heading toward the Olancha turnoff. Approaching the Nazi support cars.
There's somebody standing on the left side of the road. Oh, sorry. Well, what are they doing way back here, the crew?
They've been doing that all along. They let the runner go off and they just hang around for a while.
You better have some water.
In the mouth.
In a moment.
Okay, in about.
Yeah. We will have some water in the mold. We estimate he's half a mile ahead.
Sorry?
Half a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see.
Anything else right now?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Ja.
Oh, good. Good. Guten Morgen.
Maybe you get to wear a swastika in a black uniform.
Do you mind if I head out there now?
Not at all. We want to get a picture of you before you go over to the other side.
How's it feel? Better with it?
He's starting to breathe hard.
He is the guy in the tights.
You're right, yeah.
Thinking about his breathing.
Pit stop. This means our guy may be going ahead here for in a moment. You have to make sure they don't get in the van and drive off. We need photographic evidence. He's going off into the woods to do his duty.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. I see bear bum.
Yes, die blatte boom. The curse of the ultramarathoner. There you see where the race was lost. You could have gone right beside the truck.
Oh, I don't think so.
Is it the walk break?
No.
Half a mile.
Half a mile.
Is it the walk break?
Half a mile.
Yes?
Half a mile to go. Then it's the walk break.
Are you okay for now?
Yeah.
All right.
Poor guy suffering from too many German tacos.
Rice pudding ready?
Yep.
Thanks.
This is your walk break.
Yeah, thanks.
You're looking mighty good. Gene is picking out a burial spot up there at the Keeler Cemetery. Why not?
The female touch.
Yeah.
Want me to steer?
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm going to get up like we will run right next to them, and I'll take a shot of them running while we're going next to them.
Okay.
Our heroes.
Hi, Mom.
Our heroes conspiring with the Germans.
Zwei, drei, vier, fünf.
I suspect you people worked this out to who was going to throw it. Oh, I'll throw the race for a couple of good beers. Well, we'll go up the next half mile so we don't cause any traffic problems.
Good on you.
We're thinking Steve may have made a deal with the German there to throw the race for some undisclosed amount of booty.
Yes, right.
Germans have caught up again and passed.
As long as it's kidneys.
It's back and forth and back and forth.
Some guy's gonna come along and.
Yeah, there is a restroom here.
Maybe we just need someone to guide us to the bathroom.
Oh, they've got one in their room. Perfect.
Yo.
Like a little break for whatever reason. Just know that I'm here for the duration now.
Anyone
and
who
I am
wants to come up
incredibly
is more
rested.
than welcome.
I love this. I love we can make a difference here.
There's Whitney today. Steve is on his way to the portal. A few clouds over Whitney. Had to recharge the battery as much as it could before it come up and shot the rest of Steve's adventure. Steve's excellent adventure. That's Whitney. There's the big switchbacks up to the portal. We'll go find him and see how he's doing. This looks like Steve and the gang right here. See Whitney up above. All right, let's ham it up, you guys.
Ham it up.
You're looking great. This part is the steepest part you've got. When you get into the switchback, it looks steep, but it isn't this steep.
Okay, good to know.
You're all looking wonderfully tired, but exhilarated.
Okay.
What can we do you for?
I need a garbage receptacle.
Okay, yeah, that's no problem. We got that. What else? Sponge?
That's it for me. How are you doing, Steve?
Put that on the drive shaft.
Okay. Anything for fluid here, Murray?
No, I'm okay.
And Steve and Sandra, okay? No sponges?
Actually, I'm not.
Okay.
There's Whitney in the upper right.
I'll have to say fucking hill on tape.
I'm just
thinking how the military should model their marching. You should hear you. It's like left, right. But yes, you are allowed. No Mauritius here.
To go a-wandering on the mountain track. Da, da, da.
The German guy here is right around the corner from Steve. I don't know if Steve heard it when Gene took it.
Little less than 2 miles.
Yes.
Konnte nirgendwo anhalten. Was? Konnte nirgendwo anhalten. Ja. Beim allen noch oder was?
It was on the front seat, Rhonda, earlier. No, it's there.
So when it comes to the high points, obviously one of the high points was actually being at the start line, to know that the months of preparation and training and talking back and forth with everybody and getting the tickets and all that sort of stuff. Actually, we had arrived at the start line, and I think that was very significant in itself. The fact that we drove to the start line on our way to Furnace Creek to get the hotel as well. We had a chance to just look around and realize what we're doing here when we saw the 280 feet below sea level mark. And then once the race was underway, the weather was exactly how I'd anticipated it in terms of the heat initially, and I think your comments fairly quickly about drink, etc., and slow the pace down, they were very wise comments, because I could see it would be easy to go too hard too early. And it didn't take too long before I established a reasonable rhythm. But I was very pleased that when we arrived at Stovepipe, for instance, that I had been feeling a problem with my one foot, and it was a skin fold problem, but it was nice to take time out, not only to get attention to my feet and to get some good food and sustenance inside me, but to be inspired by the fact that Marshal Ulrich was beside us while we were there, because I have nothing but admiration for him, and to see him this morning going back up the hill for a second time, and he's still got to go back again. That was just really exciting. And apart from that, I think the major thing that happened, I was really proud of the fact that I could call upon my race walking roots and walk through the night fairly strongly. I know at about 3 in the morning I had a bit of a rough patch, and that rough patch was, I think, just general fatigue. I got a bit spinny. But again, the crew did a magnificent job by helping get me through that time so that I could continue to race walk over those 2 17-mile climbs. And then I was asked earlier whether it's the toughest event I've ever done, and I would say up to 17 miles perhaps prior to the finish, I hadn't been thinking that way. I'd been fairly comfortable. I enjoyed getting back into a running rhythm with about 25-30 miles to go. And that was nice to do that, come through the night, and then the sun came up and we got back to some running again, and in fact had a good battle going on with the 3rd place person. But here we were, it was about 15 miles or so from the finish line when suddenly things started to go a little haywire, and I was very pleased that you had bought those skiing poles. That made a bit of a difference to me, but I was barely moving at that time. However, I thought things would right, but it wasn't until we got to the bottom of the final climb with 13 miles to go, for the very first time I doubted my ability possibly even to make it to the finish line. And at that point I can't thank my crew enough for everything they did for me. There was mental sustenance, there was physical sustenance, my feet were being massaged, and even to the point where I was helped to go to the washroom, and I felt bad for the crew at that point. However, it turned out to be okay. Once we got hobbling again with the poles, I think it was about 1.5 miles up the hill that Rhonda suggested I drop the poles at that point. I wasn't too sure about that, but I know you guys are so wise on what to do and always thinking of my best interest, and it turned out to be one of the best things I could have done, because mentally I think at that point I was prepared just to wander up there as slow as it would take with the poles. But with Murray and with Sandra pushing me up there as pacers, and with you guys cheering me on from the sidelines and providing for every single need, food and drinks wise, and making sure by letting me know I should be doing this, should be doing that, slowly those miles chipped away. But there's no doubt in my mind it was the toughest finish that I've ever had to experience, and to turn around that final turn and see that finish line, it was just overwhelming. And I was so pleased that the entire crew was there, two who were able to come across the finish line with me, and you guys there right at the finish line. And I'm just looking forward to seeing that thumbs up signal from everybody when we were standing together there, because truly this was a start and a finish that was a team event as far as I'm concerned. And I know last night I couldn't sleep. I thought I'd be tired and would sleep through to midday, but I was awake all night. At 3 o'clock I got up, 4 o'clock I got up, 5 o'clock I started packing stuff, shaving, etc., etc. And I'm still sitting here in seventh heaven. We've had an opportunity to see 5 or 6 people go through this morning. We've got the beautiful vista that we have from this hotel. I'm looking forward to having a swim, and I'm looking forward to reminisce on this, and I'm looking forward to a lifelong friendship with everyone who's part of the team. And I want to thank everyone for making this an opportunity of a lifetime for me. One part of me is a little saddened that it means the end of my ultra running career, but another part of me is just absolutely ecstatic that it turned out so well that I'll always be able to have positive reflections upon that career.
We were just saying how good this feels. Now it's all over and we can just be on holiday.
So is this the official beginning of the holiday?
It's the official beginning of the holiday, yeah.
There it is.
And hopefully, if I'm lucky and can still get a woody tonight, it will culminate in a great sexual experience.
Well, you know.
I don't think so, with Murray hanging over the end of the bed.
We'll
Farting
send him away
and
for 5 minutes.
farting
That's all I need.
2, maybe?
Does it feel strange for both of you?
I just started laughing a little while ago because it was like my entire body was experiencing a funny bone experience. You know, where you're laughing because you're in so much pain. It was that sort of thing. Just getting in the water, but it feels great being here.
Would I? This will be good for your knees, then we can ice them.
Yes.
But you know, we could have a little preliminary foreplay in the form of a kiss here on the camera. You think you can breathe and kiss and stay afloat all at...
We did while we were in the pool. It's all downhill from here.
This is great therapy.
Yeah.
Great therapy. And what will you do without us all in your room burping and farting?
Well, hopefully I never experience that again, but I noticed someone's put it down even in the journal with pride that I had all these bodily functions going on.
Give us a little kiss. All right, good. Wow, this video might become X-rated. Good.
Reflector?
Yeah, I'm missing one of my reflectors off my traffic vest.
Oh.
Gorgeous.
You look lovely. In fact, this might be the first scene in a porn film we'll shoot here after everybody goes and the room is empty. Well, and what's Rhonda doing here? She's just catching up on her
I'm multitasking.
on her journaling. Everyone's pausing in the eye of the storm before they go scattering off like leaves
Before
in
we
an
go
autumn
in-
wind.
Before you go in your direction, we go in our direction.
It's true.
Back across the desert.
It's true. You guys will have fun.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
You have a card with you, Rich?
Yes. Would you like one?
One peek and another peek.
It'd only be a finger, I'm afraid. Not quite the same.
We're all waving
goodbye.
Way to go, Steve.
to our favorite mountain.
Congratulations.
Good job.
You did a great
Y'all
job.
come back here, you know?
Y'all come back now.
Y'all come back now.
You here?
Not real soon.
And then stay where you are, unless we're doing more, because I want to get a photo.
Okay.
I got to get a photo.
Sandra.
We should get
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Jane's going to get one.
place and I'll get a picture. This is like
Oh, I had one left.
exemplifies our week.
Yeah.
Can you
This
see
is
the mountain
a
in here?
classic example
Yeah,
of
get the mountain in as well. So touching things up.
Yes,
the
I've got it.
true
Oh, that'll be
rotating
great.
responsibility.
Okay, now.
Great.
Perfect.
Excellent.
That's it.
Thank you. Well, you take care.
Head on. You guys take care of yourselves.
And I guess I don't have to say
Very
goodbye.
good.
We're all traveling together.
You're a treat to know.
You take care.
Greatest. You know who you remind me of a little bit? Chase.
We'll keep in touch.
I don't know if
Thank you
that's
so
so
much.
young man.
This has been an absolute pleasure.
Wasn't it fun?
Every sense of the word.
Thanks for the wood.
You guys have a great
It was
day.
funny in the middle of the night. I yelled, Steve, you got a Woody on yet? I hear they got a. What?
Yes, you're going to be there. We'll see you in Victoria.
No, I don't have a Woody.
My roommate, the guy I had an affair with.
Congratulations on your long-suffering through
Rather
this.
sucky.
Good
night.
He's all right. He's all right. He lived.
Very busy people.
He's bigger, he's bigger than ever now. Right?
Down on record now.
And keep drinking. Even though this is done, you're
Yes.
all. You're
And hopefully you'll get some
metabolic.
sponsorship.
Drink,
I'll
drink,
say
drink.
we're going to see each other again. That's really nice to know.
Well, since you guys are going for breakfast,
Oh, yeah.
just get
I've
a
requested
couple
the time
pictures.
off.
Yeah.
We're staffing.
It's a good
But,
idea.
you know,
Yes,
Man, what a team.
now I've impressed
and,
myself
you know,
with
at
that
some point,
ability.
Really, maybe we can
Now you can do
factor in
anything.
enough
Yeah.
time.
Excellent. Will you?
Both of us just stay an extra day.
Well, now that you're not doing race-related things,
Yes.
we can pretend we're non-runners
Yes.
and just do dinner.
I thought my bag was behind the van. I was just going to stop. Trip over this stupid cement thing. Yeah, just stings the hell.
Is your bag in?
Good. Take care.
Take care of yourself. All the best. Thanks for everything.
Have a wonderful month off.
Summer's here. Don't forget the woody.
Use the woody.
So I hope you get some pleasure later on today.
I understand. Take care.
See you, Red.
Bye.
Take care, buddy.
Have a good one. Oh, you don't want this on here. Some picture of it without any clouds.
Here comes Marshall. We're on our way up to the portal. Wanted to check him out as we told you we would. Offer our services to his wonderful, highly effective team. Does that sound familiar? Of which we were proud to be part of ourselves. But it seems that they have it together. He's looking good. We'll get some footage of him in a little bit here. You'll see him up close and personal. He's performing well, absolutely planning on going up the mountain. He's got a glorious day to do it. And he's coming back to Badwater. The guy is just, as you are, Steve, an inspiration. What a great way to spend a vacation. Okay, we're going to back up here in just a second. There's something else, Marshall Ulrich. Trail runner, one of the 10 trail running legends in the world. Oh my goodness. We're sand. We're just smart sand. And there they are, the Alabama Hills, Whitney Portal Road. Look familiar, Steve? That's where you came from. Use those arms. Sorry about that, guys. Marshall! Steve King sends his best. Steve King sends his best. You are a dude.
He is amazing, dude.
And you guys, you know what? Our compliments to the crew. You're doing a hell of a job.
Thank you.
Right on.
You know what?
What?
I'm getting in shape.
This is how we spent our summer vacation. Good job, guys. So Richie Rich,
Huh?
hold up. What do you think?
He's doing well. He's doing better than he was. His legs are still moving.
And he's got a good attitude.
Yeah, he seems to be in a pretty good mood after all he's been through.
All right. You got a lot of shade in your face here because I'm...
Eat a man too.
Rich ate a small pill. This is a very interesting perspective. Or I ate a big one, I don't know.
Gonna come down, we'll go up to the finish and get a comfortable spot.
Sounds good to me.
We'll shoot him as he comes through.
Literally? He wants to go to the top.
Well, as he comes through, he's going to go through there.
Yeah, but we don't want to shoot him. Stabbing
I
is
agree.
acceptable on the course, I think.
At
but-
certain points in this trip, he would like to be shot.
Well, we're about on our way up to the portal here. And here comes Dr. Finkelboggle. Steve, we thought you might enjoy seeing a couple of the people we could capture here for your archives. You guys are, you're home. You're home. You've done great. Good job. And the crew too.
Especially the crew.
Where's Steve King's crew? He sends his best. Good job. Well done, he says.
Terrific.
Who have we here?
Bad for you.
Nat Policy.
It's great coming here. But
Got a new time to the top. This is for
24, the youngest.
the young. Oh my God, you're the guy. This is so much fun. You know, because I remember from the pre-race meeting. This is so cool.
Straight up after I finished. So we're up there at night. Missed the thunderstorms cleared out before.
Yeah.
great.
When we were coming up the portal, it cleared
It was
up.
looking pretty
And
ugly
he
for a
was,
while yesterday, yeah.
he did under 4 hours from Lone Pine to here. So he felt great, so we said, let's go. We got everything together.
Matt, this video is for Steve King. He finished yesterday in about 30 and a half hours.
Wow.
And he's very, very interested in how people are doing. He needed to hit the road. Can you tell him what you've just accomplished?
We did 38:45 coming into the finish.
Uh-huh.
And 47:48 going up to the summit.
New summit record, right?
No, it's about an hour back, hour and a half back from Clifton, but
Good job.
damn good run.
One more, but he went to the top, so he gets in the official list. An official maniac. Is what he is.
And this is his
Official
lovely,
baby.
his lovely
Official
crew
baby.
person. Who are you?
Yes, I'm Mona Landfill.
Mona. Thank you for your help.
Crude paste, feet,
Oh, perfect. Wow,
and
that is.
Summit.
Yeah, no, I mean,
That
And
is
everybody else, and the rest of our team is in the hotel room sleeping.
of course, and here you are just being perky.
Al Arnold isn't here right
No, we're not perky.
It's all a facade, huh?
He's a
And-
fairly,
and-
he's a fairly old guy. He says he's the Badwater baby. He was born in 1977 when Al Arnold did his.
Oh my God.
Yep.
And your book helped, Rich's book helped you a lot, huh?
Don't put that.
We're
on.
gonna use this.
This is not a commercial. This is not a commercial.
Oh, okay, we're gonna take a station break now. Well, we managed to track down your able race director, Steve. Hey, Chris.
Yes.
This is for Steve King.
So Steve's gone already too.
He sends his best wishes.
Steve was awesome.
Yeah, he continues to be awesome.
Absolutely. I had no idea he was such a good athlete.
Yeah, no, it's
Fast runner and an incredible. Everyone up here talks about how fast he power walks up the hills.
Well, I just learned this morning that he was a power, like he holds,
He was a race walker.
like for 50 miles, so that really served him well.
Hey, he's back.
Well, we're up here poised for Marshall's arrival. This is Whitney Portal, you folks. And we know you wished you could have been here for this, so we're doing the best we can to have it be available to you. 10 folks are still out on the course. And it is, what time is it? Oh, 12:42. It's Richie Rich. Portnell store, picnic area. Yo, Rich.
Yo, Adrian.
How's it going?
Great. How's it going? It's Sally Bob Anderson.
I got myself a free hat, by the way.
I see that.
And I think it's so touching that, Steve, you're such a jewel to give Rich your hat.
And I hope, Steve, it was not a hint that I should think about doing it again.
God forbid. You promised me up the mountain on your last double.
I ain't doing it again.
You're never going to do it again.
Every time I think about doing it, I drink heavily, then I forget.
Well, whereas beer inspired you to do that stupid thing in the first place, it is now beer that keeps you centered.
That is my savior. Yes.
There's little Richie Benyo. Crew chief extraordinaire, poised to get pictures of Marshall as he comes in. I've been assigned to do the video part. Marshall's support vehicle, which means Marshall is not far behind. Although, you know how that feels, Steve, right? Well, Judging from the hand claps, we've got our guide coming here, Marshall. Good job. That other one was a false alarm. This is Marshall. Arriving. What a guy.
All right.
Go Marshall! Woo! Go team! Woo! All right. Oh my God. Now he gets to go to the top, turn around and go home. Gee, he's walking really shittily.
Good job, dude. Awesome.
You got the banner, Bob?
What's up, Bill coming back? When it's 12 crossing. Awesome. It's just been a freeway here all day. Just months ago, energizes yourself. Makes you pee like a race.
Come on, be honest. Be honest.
Loosens your soul. Makes you love like a rampaging bull. Yeah.
Pretty awesome performance. Smiling. It's great.
We asked her, she said she's coming back. New guy, he's like a rubber ball. Going down and bouncing. No.
I don't know. Yes.
You're talking this.
Well, you gotta come down there. Oh, you
I'm gonna go talk to her. We can go up.
Right now?
40, yeah. Sure. PR.
I thought you were going to.
No, we're gonna go up now. We can go up in about 45 minutes. Marshall. Now you gotta get it squirting through the air. There you go. Perfect!
Hydration.
I need to hire you. We should shave too.
Party up there waiting for you.
Are you going to climb in this?
Oh, yeah. I thought I was dressed perfect. I got my, hey, look at what I got.
Showing up in about 25 minutes up the mountain. We've got a great day for it, Steve, as you know. Not a cloud in the sky.
We all been here.
Any more? Is this it? Is this everybody? You got it?
I'm missing two people. They went to the
It's a different world. They went to get gas, they'll be okay, so hold on a minute.
Squinch in a little bit.
Yeah, get a little tighter. You're used to it.
Well, we've just watched Marshall complete the second crossing of the, Badwater finish. We're on our way down from Whitney to go to the Alabama Hills. This is Lone Pine, and we just wanted you to really have a moment to enjoy a view that we're confident you didn't get to. This is where you came up from Lone Pine. Oh, I'm getting tired just taking this footage. Isn't this incredible? So there's Whitney Portal Road. And then you hit the switchbacks. And came up this road. Memories, memories.
The Alabama Hills. We have to take some pictures for you of the Alabama Hills. Because we didn't get a chance for a side trip there. So we'll show you what it looks like. For your next hiking trip, you guys.
We decided we'd just take a little footage of this for you with those beautiful mountains in the background and continue our quest for the perfect, I want to make sure, yeah, perfect place to have our brewski.
And do lunch.
And start our holiday.
I might open that tuna salad sandwich and see if it stinks. If not, it's history. Hills. Mount Whitney's here. We're in the Alabama Hills, and we're going to show you some of Hollywood in action. In the movie Gunga Din, there was a scene where an elephant was walking across a suspension bridge. Well, this is the bridge. Let's show you what Hollywood does to give you an illusion. This was one side of it. You can see the concrete there, which would serve as the anchor for it on this side. And then, even though it looked really long in the movie, it actually only went over to there, where you see the concrete. Right there. And there's all kinds of anchors on that and behind it. And of course they shot it from down in here, which of course if you've seen the movie, it ain't anywhere as long or as high as it was once Hollywood got done with it. And we're going to have lunch in the shadow of Mount Whitney and open your generous gift and card. No, we haven't peeked to see what it is. It's going. First of all, in case you ever show this to Murray, Murray, here's that tuna sandwich you didn't want to eat. Smells good to me. Tastes pretty damn good too, for being 3 days old.
This might be the last footage you see of him, however, when he gets ptomaine poisoning on the way home and he's unresuscitatable, because I'm not going to resuscitate him on duty.
Tastes really good. But also, I'm going to raise a bottle to you guys.
Full sail!
And of course, we have, well, in the background there.
Growing out of my head, Rich tells me.
I put the camera over out of the way so it wouldn't.
What's the point? So here we are.
And we're going to open your card and your gift.
I'm doing
Rhonda's eating leftover potatoes.
I want to have.
I'll leave Rhonda open it. Rhonda loves gifts.
Well, I'm opening the salt.
Which is more
important.
I put my sandwich down.
Yeah, but you got a bite of your sandwich.
I had to before it spoiled.
R&R. Rest and recuperation. I think you'll like it.
One from BC.
It is. Oh, I think I'm going to have this one framed.
Cool.
Yeah, this is good.
Wow, it's a long note.
And it's blowing here.
Where it's going to fully do justice to the privilege of having you agree to join us on the Badwater journey. But now that it is over and finished, the adventure now am as fulfilled as I could be about the outcome. But my admiration for you both as human beings and endurance athletes has truly soared. As my last ultra race is now behind me, and we're going to keep this.
He says it. It's
We're
on
going to
paper.
keep it here. It's in print. I want you to know that that a finer crew no one could have had. What's this? Your advice?
To your advice.
To your advice, attention to detail, and friendship has provided me with memories that will please and linger with me forever. Sincerely, Steve King. Steve, we love you, babe.
We do indeed. Holy cow. This is just beautiful.
Something for our mantle, no doubt. How did he know we had a mantle?
We just hoped it wasn't chocolate.
That's right.
Because I told Rich we'd drink it if it was right now.
We need tissue paper. We are really short-handed on tissue paper.
In response to your note, you've heard it so many times already this trip. It's been our honor and privilege to serve you. This is like Stephen Covey would love this. Stephen Covey of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Habit number 4, think win-win. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Everybody wins in this.
This is lovely.
This is beautiful.
It will go on our mantle.
And you know what? Of note, and you would have no way of knowing this other than serendipity. Rich loves black.
Love black. I was thinking about marrying a black chick one time, but her parents did not approve. It's a loon.
This is beautiful.
It's a loon. Murray, the bread's starting to dry out. I better eat this.
I don't have my glasses on. So is there...
Daniel Heineck, something over there.
This is good. We have this lovely ceramic, this Roadrunner sculpture. It's a sculpture of the Roadrunner, the bird. I think we can have the loon and the bird.
Having sex.
Mate. Getting a woody. This is beautiful.
Anyway, best to you all. Hope you're having fun in Las Vegas.
He likes it. He likes it.
I have to do the caw because I don't know how to do a loon.
Caw, caw, flap, flap. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we look forward to seeing you. This is probably not the last footage. The last time we'll say goodbye, so I won't, but we are looking forward to hugging you in appreciation for this touching thought.
Rich and I were just discussing doing a 360-degree pan for you in a stationary position. A couple of wisps in the sky. So this 360-degree shot of the beautiful Alabama hills, and see, note the black vehicle, is being done stationarily speaking. But I'm sitting around in a stationary position
Tonight we're going to get a room in Bishop and spread rice pudding all over ourselves.
I don't know if you heard that before. Tonight we're going to get a room in Bishop and spread, like the wait for the end of that sentence. Spread pudding. The wind's blowing me off the rock. Spread pudding all over ourselves. Roger! That word noise you hear is the wind in my beer bottle. No joke.
The wind's picking up.
We just got some great sound effects. It's This is what Murray means when he says he lives at Whistler.
Tell us about Cozy Shack, Rhonda. Where is it good to eat Cozy Shack besides Death Valley?
Cozy Shack can be eaten anywhere, at any time. It's always cool, it's always smooth, it always goes down easily.
So where are we eating our Cozy Shack today?
We are currently eating our Cozy Shack at Homestead Point. Here looking over this pathetic route that we had to take to go serve our friend, be the best that he could be. And I've just had a piece of jerky. One of the purposes that Cozy Shack serves is when you've had a piece of jerky that stings just a little bit too much. Cozy Shack takes the burn away. So tell your mom to buy you Cozy Shack. That's K-O-Z-Y, Cozy Shack.
Can you point out any of the local landmarks while you're eating your Cozy Shack?
That's Halfdale. That's a place that you can train sometime. Steve, when you come back, you must train up there. You come up there and on that side of that peak. I think it's Crow's Nest or something. You run along the ridge up to the tip, and it looks pretty benign. Kind of looks like a nipple on a titty, but it looks pretty benign. But it's pretty high and pretty trippy going up to that final peak. And this is just your basic Saturday with a bazillion people out here being tourists. Look, they look like ants, Rich said. It's true, they're crawling all over the rocks. They look like ants.
But Cozy Shack would help you get to the peak.
Oh, indubitably.
Since I don't know how to operate the remote control on this thing, this thing's about to break. I weigh too much.
Maybe it'll break while we're on film.
Hi.
Hello and goodbye again.
We're back. 5:45 Saturday.
We've just traveled through the Sierra Nevada. We did go through the Sequoia, but unfortunately my Tioga Pass, through which we traveled, sure is filthy. But we tried to...
We're dressed for the occasion. The sun here is horrible.
What does that mean? Is that good or bad?
Terrible. It's a good thing we have these things on.
And we're heat trained.
Are we? Are we? And we do hope we hear from somebody in Las Vegas yet today about the projector and so forth, because we're really apprehensive that in all this scramble, it may have looked like it fit in the van too well and was part of the upholstery.
Rich is apprehensive.
Oh.
I, on the other hand, am a person of great faith.
You should have heard her last night. Yeah, right. Yeah. I wish I'd had a camera going last night.
To Steve King.
To Mr. King.
And Jean, the bride.
Your only challenge now, Steve, is you got to think up a moniker about Death Valley that fits you.
Serendipity Steve, I think works. Now, I want to show you something that we failed. You went so fast. This is Rich's other pussy. I don't know who else is going to see this video.
This is my black pussy. Hi,
I
Kim.
told you he likes the color black.
Hi, Kim. How are you? You got stuff in
Steve,
here.
we never got to tell
Got
you
all
and
crunchy
Jean
stuff here.
that the night before we departed for your event, we lifted a glass to you with this, we can't zoom in, but it's this huge
If you wanted, you could walk it up there and
brown bear
it would
with flames coming.
get in
The
the spirit,
spirit
man.
of death ale. Flames coming out of its mouth, and it's a state bottled toasted head Chardonnay. And we lifted this, I don't know, toasted head Chardonnay. With tongue in cheek, because that's what we didn't want you to get, was a toasted head. And before we left, and we never got to share it, we traveled all the way to your event and had hoped, and our plan is to celebrate your conclusion with some Barefoot Reserve Chardonnay, because we figure, as well as your feet held up, you're walking around barefoot right now. So instead of being sleepless in Seattle, you're going to be barefoot in Las Vegas, and we're going to lift a glass to you tonight. It's a little rotten. It's been hanging out in an ice chest for the last few days, but this is going to be to you and Jean. Jean, it's very dry, incidentally, so I'll enjoy a glass for you.
Yes, it is. It's a dry
Just the way you like it.
Chardonnay. Yes. This is a very dry beer also.
And so the truth is that we've just arrived within the last not so many moments.
And we
I'm
have
having-
one ham sandwich left, by the way, for Murray. She wouldn't eat.
I'm having culture shock, by the way. I don't know how Marshall is going to be out there for 2 out and backs and come back into the other world. I won't say the real world, just because I don't know how you're doing it in Las Vegas. We hope you're having a wonderful holiday.
But that you haven't turned the van in yet.
Stop perseverating, Rich. It'll show up.
Whatever.
We'll pray really hard. And the God that you don't believe in will hear one of us. We'll work on the deal.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know how Marshall's gonna get back into like, hello, may I help you? After being out there for so long. But we're back, and we hope that you have had a wonderful trip back.
And I'm going to bring your number up to Victoria, where it's a little more quiet, so you can autograph my number, so I can put it in. I'm going to try to talk Rhonda into putting it on her wall of fame, her Death Valley Ultra Wall of Fame in her office, because she's got a very neat. We can get it framed, huh?
I'm gonna pilfer this
We can
hat
get it framed.
because I'm gonna have it specially shadow boxed.
Yes.
I haven't told Rich this yet.
Rhonda's
I'm
going to
gonna
borrow
do
my
something
hat.
really special with
Because
it.
I may never go back to the desert
Because
again.
only very special people, incidentally, get put on my wall.
I'm not up there. I'm safe.
You are.
I'm
No,
safe.
you are.
Crawford's up there.
We're up there hand in hand.
But again, congratulations on quite an accomplishment. 30-30 for an old fart like you is pretty damn good.
And remember, the older you get, the better you used to be.
And now you have a good story to tell to really prove that. So next year, when you're a year older, you can tell people how really good you were
You
last
used
year.
to be.
And you were. Hey. So anyway, we don't want to drag this out. We just wanted to put.
Wrap it up.
There's a bee in my bonnet.
He's got a bee in his bonnet.
We just wanted to. Once we got home, we just wanted to wrap it up and say thanks for inviting us for a wonderful experience. You done good, kid. Hope you take some time off now and just relax and kind of cogitate on it and just wallow in it, you know? Wallow. And drink a lot and pee, right? Tell him Peter and hydrate. Process.
Hydrate now. He's got
Process.
that down.
Process,
You're a
so
star.
Keep
You're a
up the good work in the rest of your life, both of you, and it was fun. And in the evening, when you look up at the stars and the moon, remember they're the same ones that are shining over Death Valley. You can bounce your vibes off them and they'll go right down there and probably strike somebody dead. What the hell? Go for it.
Be happy, healthy, and hug each other.
And we'll see you in October. Au revoir. I'm practicing to go to Canada. Au revoir. I'm bilingual. Taco. I'm trilingual.
See, you can tell we're not in Death Valley because there's perspiration beading all over my legs.
Nazi.
There's nothing here to wick it away.
Nazi, I'm
But if you turn the
quadlingual.
camera off, I'll let you lick it away.
or something.
We're just being sick.
Bye, Stevie. It's Mr. Woody saying goodbye.